Hey, here we are, Zion National Park. Ma esatto. Let the talkers go. In the canyon. And this is... You know you're in a canyon. It's cool. It is cool. I'm glad I brought my light jacket. It's I mean, they say in town it's going to be close to 100 degrees today. It was about 70 something degrees this morning. But I think at this spot, deep in the canyon, it's maybe in the 60s. There's a cool breeze. And the breeze feels nice. I'm kind of hanging back, trying to stay away from groups and loud people. There's some loud talkers in here. Hi, good morning. Let's go. Excuse me, I can't see. Those are some high walls. Zion National Park. What does this say? Deepening Canyon. Love how the light hits the rock up there. Imagine being a little tree on top of that tall canyon. Alright, trying to put some space between me and people. Alright. Solar panels. There's a fork in the road. I don't know where that goes. Narrow trail. So that might go towards the river. So the Virgin River cuts through here. Yep, there's the river right there. And that's what creates a canyon over a couple years, like 5-10 years I think it takes to make a canyon like this. I might be off by a million or two or five. Love how the light hits that. Alright, so this is a little bit, my first bit of Bryce Canyon, Zion, Zion Canyon. Bryce is next. There's the river. This is the easy part of a trail. I'm gonna go down a bit further and see, because I got at least one other trail I want to try this on this day. And so far, being in the canyon, staying out of the sun, but of course that's going to change as the sun gets high in the sky. It's going to have to get pretty high, like midday time, in order to be beaten down. But when it does, I know it's going to be hot. It's interesting, along the trails, the river trail, they have these wetlands, and then there are spurs of the trail that let you go down to the river, but I don't think it's meant to be crossed there, just to maybe get by the riverside. And this part, you know, it's not much like desert here, even though a lot of the surrounding area is desert. In the canyon, with the shade and the water that comes down off the rocks, you have good environment for greenery. So it's very green in the canyon, and this part of the trail is easy. It's concrete, and it just really has this sand on top of it. I think the trail changes a little bit further up, I believe, but so far you can actually come a decent ways onto the River Walk Trail without without any kind of gear or anything. You can just walk it. Don't need a walking stick. A lot of people, I guess, rented walking sticks at the entrance, and those are recommended for those who go further along on this trail to what they call the Narrows, in which you actually have to hike through the river, and it's very rocky. This is a nice spot. So the trail is picked up in elevation, and we now have a bird's eye view of the river. And it's about 9 in the morning. The air is still nice and cool, and I think it feels a little cooler because of the nice sound of the river. Look, you see over here, there's a wet spot, and you can see even closer here how the moisture comes down the edge of the canyon. That's what smoothed out all this rock over an uncountable number of years. It's a little wet here, tiny bit muddy. You see is a little waterfall happening. We have some flowers. Ooh, something moved. So this is the part of the trail where if you ford the river, which I'm not gonna ford. I just love the sound of the river. I'm gonna walk around the river a little bit down here. Boulders, a great place to take shade under a boulder. White water here. Look at this, convenient steps. What more could you ask for? Some convenient steps. Brave adventurers heading upstream. This is downstream. It's probably a good time to break out my Lumix camera. It's just so hard to... It can be hard to photograph something that's so vast. You just have to pick a spot in the terrain and find some inspiration. I found a little trail that comes off the main trail, just right along the river, just right off the main trail. You get a little bit closer to the river, you get some different angles on the canyons. Love this big rock. Reminds me of something. Hiking when I was younger in the state parks. Saw some trash earlier, which was disappointing. People left stuff behind. They left some little containers, some napkins behind, and the the motto of the national parks: "Leave no trace." I don't know if it's the motto, but it's the code: "Leave no trace." I love the sun breaking on the upper parts of the canyon. Here it's wonderfully golden right now, and it's still pretty cool. About 9:30 or 9:45 in the morning, and it is still pretty cool temperature-wise in this part of the canyon. It's probably in the lower 70s right now. So yeah, there's just some relatively easy trails that parallel the main trail up here. They go along the river. Old America. Yeah. Wow, this is nice. It's all nice. I keep hitting different spots and saying this is nice. But I think this might make a nice still photo right here. So we'll take a break for a still photo.